جميعا يا محمد صلوات.
الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين رحمة للعالمين أبي القاسم محمد. والصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، وقد قال سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد قوله الحق وهو أصدق القائلين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونفس من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون. صلوات بر محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
We begin in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most kind, the most merciful. All praise is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the universe, the Master on the day of judgment, whom only we worship and from him only we seek guidance. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us firmly and guide us on the right path, the path of those whom he has blessed, and not the path of those on whom he has showered his anger, not the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If we understand the azamat and the power that Aba Abdullah Hussein has over humanity because of his sacrifice for humanity, you'll find it is very amazing that there are people who never come to the mosque. Even on Eid they don't come. Even in the month of Ramadan they don't come. They don't come at all. But when the Muharram starts, they come, and definitely on the day of Ashura they are here. Yes? Why? What is it that brings that person who doesn't want to come to the mosque, except on Ashura? What brings him here? We have to encourage such people, and we have to thank ourselves that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the tawfiq, and Allah has inspired us to be able to come and do this azadari of Aba Abdullah. And when we see that brother of ours, we should embrace him, because he is an inspiration for us. That though he doesn't come over there, the sister, she never comes to the mosque, but on the day of Ashura, she is there. We get inspiration from such people. So when we see them, we should go, greet them, hug them, and get that barakah and the blessing of them coming here for ourselves also. Salawat bar Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
We were talking about facing tough times and how that we are rewarded. But then while we are going through those tough times, that is also part and parcel of the reward that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings ease after hardship. And that during hardship, there is also joy during that hardship, while we are having that hardship. And as we continue towards that hardship, we find the ease coming in. And so, it is not that we have to endure and wait until the reward will come, that unspecified hardship ends to enjoy the ease. The most merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us to enjoy the ease, to be happy in the middle of the struggle. And that is why heaven is there waiting. And we know that heaven is there waiting. And we hope and we pray that because we are holding on to the clothes of our Aimma and Janab Fatima Zahra, salawatullahi wa salamu alayha, that she will take us to heaven. Inshallah. But we have to be worthy of that, because to go to heaven is a responsibility that we have to discharge. As much as Zahra had a responsibility to become the wasta for me, the wasila for me. That is how Aba Abdullah had the responsibility to be my wasila, that I will hold on to his cloth and say, oh Imam, you will take me there. Because on the day of the Qiyamah, nad'u kulla unasin bi imamihim, each and every one of us is going to be called and gathered with our leader, with our Imam. Who are you going to be with? Who are we going to be with? Definitely, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Salawat bar Muhammad. So who is going to be our Imam? We have already chosen our Imam. We know that he is Safinatun Najat, that we will go on that ark, which is Hussein, and that ark will take us to the Najat. That is our salvation. So there, when we see Aba Abdullah, and we will run to him, we will say, you are my Imam. Will he accept me? Or will he reject me? Will I be worthy to be with him? Or I have been only pretending to love him, but alas, I follow the road of those who are his enemies. So we have to decide ourselves. We have to think and reflect, and we have to instill that harara, that heat of the love of Aba Abdullah in our children also. When the children come here, they are playing and all that. But while they are praying, while they are playing, while we are praying, there is a connectivity that spirit is also enjoined into them. That's why when they come here and when the principal says that he is going to have the madrasa every Sunday, bring them over. Let this center flourish with our children, our youths, who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow on the path of salvation under the banner of Aba Abdullah Hussein. Salawat bar Muhammad. We were talking about hardship and hardship and hardship. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. إِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Twice he says. This is a very easy chapter, which all of you know. It is a chapter with the last two verses, 94. And Allah Almighty says, the most perfect of language is a human tongue. When I tell you salam alaikum once, you say alaikum salam and it is done. I do not go and assalamu alaikum to you again, because once is enough. How come Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is coming to me and saying twice, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا, إِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا, twice, in the same breath. There has to be a reason for him to repeat it. Let us reflect on that. What is it that Allah is trying to give me a message? That after every hardship, there will be ease. Definitely, truly, after every hardship, there will be ease. I have to think about it. I have to reflect upon it. And I have to ask those scholars, alims, or you can ask Google, Hazrat Google. Today, It is so amazing that the information that we needed 20 years before, it was so difficult for me to get that information. We just started with emails and all that, and still our scholars and our teachers did not have that facility. We had to write letters. It gets months and months for the letter to go, for the answer to come back. Today, you want to talk to your mujtahid, you just go on his app and you type out the question. Within 5 seconds, the answer comes to you. That what you have said, this is the answer. Can you see how we have progressed technologically? That the information and the knowledge and the education that we are having in the last 10 years has never been achieved for over 100 years before. We've done it in 10 years. And as we progress, the 10 years is going to shorten to 5, to 3. There is going to be so much knowledge, and it is not only applicable to those who are elders like me, or those who are youths like you all, or for the ladies, but even those small children. They will be able to, a time is coming that a child like that, when born, will be able to access the information. It is coming. The time is coming. Because the child has been born with a fitrah. كُلَّ مَوْلُودٍ يُولَدُ عَلَى fitrah. He will get that knowledge. Therefore, we have to prepare them. We have to educate them. We have to all the time make sure that our community goes and studies secular knowledge. They should excel in secular knowledge as much as they should excel in spiritual knowledge. Both of them, they should excel and go further and beyond anybody else, because you are وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. You are an ummah which is exemplary, which is median. It is an ummah that people are depending upon. And this ummah which people are depending upon has to be with the faculties to be able to discharge that responsibility, and therefore we have to have that scholarship, we have to have that intellect, we have to have that enlightenment in such a way that when anybody asks us anything about anything else, that we are prepared, that we know it. Because to get that knowledge is necessary, it is mandatory. أَطْلُبُ الْإِلْمِ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ سِينٍ. This is the words of the Prophet. Go and seek knowledge, even if you have to go to China. طَلَبَ الْإِلْمِ فَرِيزَةٌ كُلُّ مُسْلِمٍ وَالْمُسْلِمَةِ. It is not only for the men. Even our women must be educated. They must become professional. They must go out there. Doctors, philosophers, scientists, social workers, you name it, teachers, nurses. They should be out there in the military, in the media, in the Air Force, in the Navy. They should be there in the Congress. Our women should be there, like our men. Because it is important. We are living in a country where we become part and parcel of this society, but without losing our Islamic identity and our Islamic culture. That we are going to integrate, but we will integrate specifically. We will choose to integrate. We will not assimilate like everything else. What the Joneses are doing, we will do. They go out, we will go out. They have boyfriends and girlfriends, we will have boyfriends and girlfriends. No. We have to perform our integration based on Islamic culture that is part and parcel of my fitrah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created me with, and that when I go out there, they will say, this is the person. We have been looking for him. We have been looking for her. Where have you been all this time? And that's where you find the success. Innama al-usr will become yusr. The hardship will become an ease. At that time, you'll find, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us, and the prediction is, إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. They will be coming in armies, they will enter Islam. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ. Make glory and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what we are supposed to be. And this is why you are here. And it is because Hussein is being remembered for the last 1400 years. Had it not been for Hussein, you would not be here, I would not be here. Salawat bar Muhammad. Therefore, even when we are studying hard, like I said last night, we can be happy knowing that there will be a break. After studying, there will be a break. After having exercise, we go for exercise, we take a break. We feel a release of certain chemical which makes us happy. While I'm on the tread, I'm happy. You ever seen people gloomy when they are on the tread? Because there is a chemical which is in your body that makes you feel happy that you are doing something that is going to be beneficial for your health. And also, when we are going through trials, we certainly have bright spots of joy. So all these things, we have to understand that the trials are there. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ. It is always there. We are going to be tested all the time. That every time you are tested, you excel and you go higher and higher, and you then be able to face in communion with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When it is said, Hayya ala khairil amal, you will stand there in such communion. Just like Amirul Mu'mineen, that the only time they could take the arrow out of his leg was when he was in his salah. It was that kind of establishment of salah that they could only, he was in pain with that arrow in his leg, and they could not remove it because it was very painful. So they asked the Prophet, when can we do it? He said, when he is praying, take it out. It is the recommendation and it is the advice of the Prophet to say to the companions that you can remove that arrow when Ali is praying. And when Ali says Allahu Akbar, he is nowhere but in communion with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They removed the arrow and the blood spurted out from his leg. He didn't know anything about it until he finished and said Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There was a pool of blood which had already dried out, and he was in communion with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the pain had gone. Inna ma'al usr yusr. Salawat bar Muhammad. There is a reason for it, because with hardship, it increases our appreciation. We have heard of a saying that he was born with a silver spoon. Yes? That means he was born, everything was there. No problems. Cars, house, food, maids, servants, gardens. Everything is there. The silver spoon is there. The corporation is there. Everything is there for them. He has no problems. And that person does not appreciate, because everything is nothing for him. He didn't ask for it. He did not struggle for it. He did not work for it. He's just getting it for nothing. There is no appreciation. But for us, who are paycheck to paycheck, and some of us are not even paycheck to paycheck, when we get, after struggling for it, $1, $5, we appreciate, because hardship increases our appreciation for the reward that we get. Look at our lives. What's the time of the poor man? Consider a poor man who never had clothes to wear, proper clothes. And when he gets new clothes to wear, what kind of joy he must be having in his heart. Look at that child who is sick in bed with fever. Suddenly the mother goes and puts a cool hand on the child's hand. How does that child feel? What is the joy of that child? When he feels or she feels the cool hand and the love and the shafaqat of the mother during the time when he is sick. Think about, has it happened to me? Yes. Has it happened to you? Yes, it has. If it was not the mother, if I was an orphan, then it was somebody else who put that hand of shafaqat on the head while I was burning with fever. Has it happened to all of us? It has. And that is the appreciation when the hardship is there. Or when my parents passed away, and I was in tears after having buried my parents. It has all happened to us. If it hasn't, it will happen. And then I sit down with my brothers and my sisters, and then they become a sort of a medicine for me, a medicine of joy for me, that their comfort, that with each other, the pain of loss is diminished. That is inna ma'al usr yusra. So we have all these stories. Think about it. That sometimes you laugh before you get the healing. The doctor comes and I'm very sick, and the doctor is telling me, don't worry, we found a solution for you. We have found a solution. They haven't even started yet. So we are going to put you onto this, and this drip is going to be here, and you are going to be fine. I'm not fine yet. Have you seen the face of that patient? He's still sick. But when the doctor tells him like that, what happens? A smile comes on his face before the healing starts. The joy that comes. These are the kind of hardships. We all have problems. There is none of us who doesn't have problem. We find that on a hot day, suddenly there is a beautiful rain coming in, and it's not even autumn yet. And we say, Alhamdulillah, the rain has come. It's the joy. Who brought the rain? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought the rain. And it was so hot, and it was so cooling for me. And I say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I come to the masjid during the time of Ramadan, and I am hungry, and I'm thirsty, and I'm tired in the heat of Arizona. And I come here, and suddenly, during iftar, I get the food. It's not even Eid yet. Eid will come. We will rejoice. But after having worked so hard, fasting for 10, 12, 15 hours in this heat, and working myself out, I come here and I get my iftar. How joyful it is. That we have to consider, that we have to work with, and that is the joy, that we have that joy while we are struggling in our efforts. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling His malaika, look at my banda, look at my abd, look at my servant. See how he enjoys the test that I am putting to him? Therefore I've kept the doors of heaven open for him. Once he's done here, he comes to me, I'm going to put him in heaven. Salawat bar Muhammad. These are small things I'm telling you. You must be having bigger issues. And you go back and reflect, and you will find there are hardships. There are hardships between husband and wife. There are hardships between mother and parent and children. There are hardships between father and brothers. There are hardships all along in the family. There are hardships in the community. But these hardships are there to test us. Not that, my wife has done this, that's it, finish. I don't want her anymore. I married her in the first place. Why? Because I wanted to marry. Think about this. When I marry, if I think that I'm married for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that this nikah is the sunnah of the Prophet, and I'm doing it to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, therefore all my concentration will be to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if I have any rift with my wife, then I should sit down, pray 2 rakat namaz, and sit down with my wife and sort it out. The husband and the wife sit down and say, we got married because it was the sunnah of the Prophet. Isn't it? In the khutbah it says, An-nikahu min sunnati, faman raghiba min sunnati, falaysa minni. Isn't that what we see in the khutbah? And then we say, An-nikah nisfal iman. And the rest of the iman is taqwa. So can you imagine that when marriage and taqwa are enjoining one another to make the iman complete? we have to know how to tolerate. We have to know how to sacrifice. We have to know how to be considerate with one another. So what if there is no sugar in the tea? So what if there is no salt in the biryani? Doesn't matter. She has made it lovingly for me. If there is no salt, take a salt and put it there. This is wonderful biryani today. This is wonderful chai today. There is no sugar. Oh, but I forgot to put sugar. No, don't worry about it. You did it. I love it. Can we not do that? Can we not become congenial husband and wife, brother and sister, mother and father, children and parents, leaders of the community and the community? We can be. Then why are we not? Why do I hear that there are divorces among the Muslims? We have started assimilating in such a way in this part of the world that we have become the masters of the divorced people. They are still struggling and we have become the masters. Why? I don't know. There is consideration, there is sacrifice, there is mawadda, and there is the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why I married. And when I have children, the children are there because they are going to be in the army of Imam Zamana Ajalullah Farajahu Sharif. Salawat bar Muhammad. If we have children because we want to show off to others, that's a different story. But if I have children and the child is born, that child is going to be in the army of Imam Zamana. The child gets azan on the right ear and iqama on the left ear. Isn't it so? So we have to be together. We have to join with one another. We have to forgive one another. We have to overlook one another's mistake. Oh, my clothes were not ironed today. So what? Go iron yourself. Go on. Oh, my clothes were not washed. There's a washing machine. I don't have a washing. Well, go into the sink and wash it yourself. Our imams used to do this. One day, Fatima Zahra salawatullah was doing some work at home. And Prophet entered the house and said, oh, his daughter is doing. He said, Ya Fatima, have you been doing this work all alone, all day? She said, no. First my husband was doing it. And then I told him, okay, you leave and then I will do it. So there was that cooperation and coordination between Ali and Fatima in that. So when Prophet enters the house, he says, okay, Fatima, now you move. Now it is my time. I'm going to do the work for you both. Salawat bar Muhammad. Can we not do this? We can do this. And that verse of the Quran, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا, and then he repeats, إِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا, will come into play that, look, this is my banda, this is my abd, this is my slave, this is my maid. Allah says, look at them, how they are forgiving one another. If I want Allah to forgive me, I should forgive my wife, I should forgive my child, I should forgive my daughter, I should forgive my father. Oh, my father has been a bother for me since I was born. I've heard this. Oh, my father doesn't know anything. He's coming from that part of the world. He's uncultured. He's uncultured. Because I'm in the United States, because my father came from Africa, he doesn't know nothing. Huh? And I carry his blood, and I carry his genes in my veins, and I say he knows nothing. And my mother never went to school. She is ignorant. Just because I'm here, just because I went to school, just because I became an engineer, just because I became a doctor, just because I have my own business to run, they are nothing. When they have a problem, don't give me your problem. I have my own. You stay at home and stay there. Don't call me, stay there. Do you have this expense? We have this. Our parents are crying. What we have come in this bala? We have come so that our children get the better education, so that they get a better life, so they get better children. But look at the way they are treating us now. As if we are garbage. Am I right or not? Why are we doing this? Is this why we are coming to this kind of Husseiniya? With that kind of discrimination for our own kith and kin? We have to think about that, and we have to find out that this difficulty is beautiful. The hardship that I go through because my parents are oblivious to the culture of this country and they do not know what is going on, that I should be tolerant of this hardship because there is sweetness and beauty in it. I get their barakah, I get that mercy from my parents. Rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. The only time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using the word Rabb is for my parents. Rabbi irhamhuma, oh Allah, have mercy on them the way they had mercy on me when I was a child. We can do it. So we find out who is going to teach us when we have troubles like that. Look at Lady Zainab, a lady. All the trouble she went through in Kermalli, seeing every massacre that you can imagine, including a 6-month-old child, and she finds that her niece is being whipped, a 4-year-old child is being whipped, and she is being made to cry, and she is being dragged on the streets, and they are in Kufa in front of Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. All this humiliation, all this stress that this lady is going through after Karbala, she is asked by Ubaydullah la'natullah alayh, how do you find your life? The answer was 2 words, ma ra'a illa jameel. I haven't said anything but beautiful. Wow. What kind of a lady was this? What kind of a heart did she have? What kind of strength did she have? We call her Zainab Kubra. We call her Saniya Zahra. Who is this lady that she says, I don't see anything but beauty? After all this struggle, have I ever considered that I could follow Zainab and have salvation? I don't have to follow Hussein. Let me follow Zainab, and I will have my salvation. But I have to be worthy that when I go on the day of Qiyamah under the umbrella of Aba Abdullah and the baby is going to be there, that they will find me worthy to take me under their madalla, under their umbrella. But if I'm not, God help me. God help me. Because God is very forgiving. But I am here not to struggle, but to struggle and enjoy it and find the beauty in it. Salawat wa Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allah wants to give us reward in this struggle, and for being grateful, He increases us His favor. How? In chapter 14, verse number 7, He says, وَإِذَا تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you are grateful, I will certainly give you more. If I am grateful, لَإِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. I'm going to give you more. Thank me for the blessings that I have given you. And every time I say, Alhamdulillah, Nehmadallah, wa nashkur ala kulli hal. I thank you and I'm grateful to you in every moment, whether I'm hungry, whether I'm thirsty, sick and weak, whether I'm rich, whether I have a car or a bicycle. I thank you. The more I thank Him, the more He gives it to me. And if I'm ungrateful, then my chastisement is truly severe. Let's not go to that and not become ungrateful. We are grateful. Don't we say Alhamdulillah every time? I say Assalamu alaikum, how are you? Alhamdulillah. Every time I say Alhamdulillah. Are these empty words? Praise be to Allah, I'm good. Praise be to Allah, I'm fine. Praise be to Allah, I have a car. Praise be to Allah, I don't have a car. Praise to Allah, I have shoes. Praise be to Allah, I have no shoes. Every time I have it or I don't have it, I say praise be to Allah. If I do that, then the day that I do when I don't have shoes, He will give me shoes. And the day that I say thank you and I don't have a car, He will give me a car. And the day I say thank you to Him and I don't have a child, He will give me a child. And the day that I say thank you to Him and I don't have a wife because I'm still a bachelor, He will give me a wife. Ya la'azidannakum wa in shakartum. If you thank me, I will increase it to you. Salawat bar Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
It is amazing that we are sitting here and we are looking at the life of Aba Abdullah during those 10 days of Ashura. But tonight I would like to bring to you some information that I have got from the scholars that I'd like to share with you about Aba Abdullah long before Karbala. If you give me one loud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Do you know the name of a person called Osama bin Zayd? He was 18 years or 17 years old when the Prophet was lying in bed and he was now ready to pass away, and he gave the army of the Muslims to an 18-year-old as a commander of chief. 18-year-old. He was commander-in-chief of the army of the Prophet while Prophet was struggling in his last breath. This same Osama, he was in Ghadir. He heard Prophet say, Man kuntu mawla fahaza alil mawla. After Prophet's demise, people came to Osama and said, do you know whether Prophet kept anybody after him? He says, honestly, don't ask me this question. I don't want to get involved in these kind of things. He was there at the Battle of Jamal. And people asked him, what do you think? Who is right? Who is right? He said, please don't bother me. I don't want to know about these things. Leave them alone. He was there during Siffin and people are asking him, who is right, Muawiyah or Ali? He said, you know what? I don't want to answer. Maybe both of them were right. Who knows? This is the Osama who was the commander-in-chief of the Prophet. Now he's sick in deathbed and he has got a debt of 60,000 dinars at that time. And he says, well, yeah, well, what will I do now? And he thinks immediately that the only person who can help me is Abdullah Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. Salawat bar Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
He sends his servant to Aba Abdullah and says, tell Aba Abdullah I'm very sick in deathbed, I want him to come and see me. Hussein doesn't say, I don't have any time. Huh? And Hussein knows what is Osama. And he knows what kind of answers he was giving all the time about his father, and that he was giving away from the truth, and the truth, and the truth, and the truth, and he did not want to say it for whatever reason. Hussein doesn't care about that. Hussein goes to his house and says, Osama, I'm here, what can I do for you? He said, you know what, Ya Aba Abdullah, I'm very sorry for what I have done. I was vicious. I knew your father was right. I knew that the Prophet did make a person for yourself, for Islam, to be after him. But I did not give those answers, and I'm very sorry, and please forgive me. He says, okay, I have forgiven. What else do you want? He said, now I have a problem. I'm dying, and I have a debt of $60,000, 60,000 dinars, and I have nobody to turn to. What shall I do? What do you think Hussein did? Hussein said, okay. He told his man, he said, all right, go ahead. Who are your people? He said, this. Okay, he told this guy, there's an accountant, his treasurer, like we have our treasurer here. Just write him a check and give him his 60,000. Where did Hussein get the kind of money to give to a person who was such a hypocrite? In simple language. And he knew all that. This is a lesson for us to find out that we get this kind of situations every now and again. How will we react? If we react like Hussein, then we are Husseini. If we react against like then Hussein, then we are not Husseini. So this is one thing. You can see how he uses his fortune, his assets, his money to give away even to people who have said bad things about him or who have said no good things about them. And he gives away. Okay, we go to another one. We have the third Khalifa, Hazrat Osman. He is in his house, surrounded by Muslims who want to kill him for whatever. They have to kill him because he had done the things which they did not like, right? This is all in history. In our books, in the books of the Orientalists, in the books of the Ahl Sunnah, it is all there. That they were surrounding his house. And who were the people who were protecting Osman? The history records it was Hassan and Hussein who were sitting there as guards so that the Muslim will not come and kill him. Because to kill one Muslim by another Muslim is a grave sin. Whatever the thing is there is a court, there is a shura, there is a qadi. They should go to the qadi and they should get a judgment. Why would they take the law in their hands and kill a person for whatever reason? They were there to protect him. They were there to give him water. The history records that Hussein was giving water to Osman while Osman is being killed by Muslims. This is the Hussein. Politically, they were far apart. He knows that. What did Osman do to Abu Dhar? What did Osman not do to Abdullah ibn Mas'ud? What did Osman did not do to Ali ibn Abi Talib? All these things are there, open in the history. And yet Hussein gives water to the person who is being killed by Muslims. This is Hussein. Lastly, I will tell you about Hussein in the Battle of Nahrawan. In the Battle of Nahrawan, which the battle was won by Imam Ali, and he had those soldiers of the other party who were in their hands, and they were all with ropes and all that, and they were standing there, the soldiers. And Hussein is passing by. And one of the soldiers is calling him, "Ya Hussein." He says, "What do you want?" He said, "Look, my hands are tied, and I am in pain. Please, take away my ropes." He said, "Okay." He goes to his father, who is now the Khalif, and he says, "I have a favor to ask you, my father." I said, "What is it?" He said, "See that guy there?" He says, "Yeah." He said, "He is asking me to remove the ropes because they are hurting him. Though it is not tight, but he said they are hurting him, and I want to, return. I don't want to disappoint him." So Amir al-Mu'mineen is saying, "Ya Aba Abdullah," he's calling him "Ya Aba Abdullah," go and do it. Imagine the son who is old. He should not go and ask his father, who is the command, but this is the essence of respect. This is the essence of submission. This is the top notch of obedience from one imam to the other imam, or from a son to a father, that he doesn't do anything but to ask the father. The father said, "Go and open him." This young fellow, Hussein goes to him and says, "Give me your hands." Gives him his hands. He opens it. He says, "Okay. If I tell you who this person is, you will be shocked the way I was shocked. When you know who this person is, you will know how charitable Hussein is. You'll see how compassionate Hussein is. You'll see how merciful Hussein is. You'll see how kind Hussein is. Hussein is removing the ropes and looking at the man. That man is Shimraz al-Jawshan. This is Hussein. What is Hussein? Why would he do this kind of thing? What kind of compassion is this? What kind of love is this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Hussein is teaching us? You think Hussein did not know that this is the person who is going to come and sit on my chest? and he is going to cut my throat. The same person. Look at us. Where are we? Can we follow Hussein? Can we? Yes, we can. If we want to. If we let ourselves be. If we submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and submit to the awliya and submit to Hussein. They say, yes, Hussein, I will not only die like you, but I will live like you. Because I want to be an insani kamil the way you are an insani kamil, by doing what you have done. This is Hussein. You know the story of Ur, right? And we talked about Ur and how thirsty he was and all that, right? Do you know that he had 1,000 soldiers, and he was the one who was holding Furat so that Hussein does not get water? Did you all know that? When I heard about this in the Makatil, and I said, my God, it was Ur who deprived the children of Hussein of water for 3 days and 3 nights. What kind of a person is Ur? Such atrocity that he has committed, not only on Hussein, but on the children of Hussein, when there was Al-Atash everywhere. Come the day of Ashura, and he can hear that Al-Atash, and he can hear that Al-Atash said, what have I done? He sees his hell and he sees his heaven, and he says, I can see the hell and I can see the heaven, and spontaneously is enlightened with the light that Allah puts in his heart, and he says, no, I have done wrong. He comes out of his tent and his soldiers is asking him, sir, where are you going? He said, I have had enough of this. He's going towards Hussein's camp, and Hussein is sending Abu al-Fadl. He said, go bring my guest to me. And Abbas goes and escorts Hur to Abu Abdullah. He comes to Abu Abdullah with his hands behind him and his back bent and his head down, and he says, Ya Abu Abdullah, I have done a great mistake. I have done the worst sin that you can ever imagine, oh Allah. Oh Hussein, I have come here for you to forgive me. Hussein takes Hur and hugs him and says, oh Hur, I have forgiven you, and my Allah has forgiven you, Ya Hur. He says, oh Hur, your mother has given you a nice name. You are Hur fi dunya wal akhirah. Hur is saying to Abu Abdullah, I have had enough. Let me go. Let me become the fida. Let me go and give my life for you. These people were ready and gave their lives for Hussein, because Hussein was an exemplar of human kindness, of an insani kamil, that Hur goes out there, he fights, he falls down, Hussein goes to him, and Hur says, are you happy with me? He says, I am happy with you. But Hur says, I cannot see you. I cannot see you because my eyes are full of blood. And Hussein removes the blood from his eyes. And Hussein sees a big wound on his forehead, and the blood is dripping out of it. He takes out the handkerchief of his mother, puts it on the head of Hur. The blood stops. Hur opens his eyes, looks at Abu Abdullah, and he says, Assalamu alayka, Ya Abu Abdullah. I'm saying, Hur, you are so lucky that you are getting final sights of yours with Abu Abdullah. Come after a few hours and see this same person, how he is on the ground, and there is no lamp for him, then he can put his head on and be comforted the way he comforted you, Yahweh. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. ماتم حسين يا 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 حسين
يا حسين يا حسين صلى الله عليك يا عمار عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائهم عليك مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولو جعله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. حرم شهر عند